We're gonna be talking about Obama and him. He says that he admires slave owners like George Washington, that he can find areas of admiration for individuals like this. And I just say to myself, boy, Obama is true. He's true to his lineage, y'all. He's a dark skinned Caucasian. His mama's a white woman, and he upholds his mother's legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's what people got to remember. He uphold his mother's legacy by continuing to support, the white cause, white supremacists. And so, I mean, and he could play, Obama is very crafty in playing both sides of the fence. You know, he's very crafty in supporting both sides of the fence. And so, he wants to be the black political gatekeeper, and try to influence what black people think politically, as if he really care, and the motherfucker promotes the homosexual agenda. He says a lot of crazy shit, man, that cannot be accepted. He's really trying to dictate no different than Donald Trump, but he tries to be slick. He tries to slick talk, motherfucker. He tries to use eloquent speech and but it's still laced with a sinister objective, And so when you listen, when he said every young black boy needs to know, what do you say, a homosexual? He said some shit like that. I say, this nigga here, boy. I mean, and people still support Obama. I never fuck with Obama at all. Matter of fact, if people remember when Obama was elected, I went viral on Obama. I did that video, Obama, the face of imperialism. You see what I'm saying? And then I got Obama and the next American Civil War. I got that DVD. Y'all can click that link down there. Etsy shop, generalseti One Stop. Y'all can get a lot of classic material. HD, hard copy. This is classic material. You feel what I'm saying? Updated DVD covers and all of that. But this is classic material, family. In the age of AI, where everything is edited and cut, and you can't see the raw material, and so most definitely get over there and get it. But anyway, yeah, Obama, the face of imperialism. He's a dark-skinned Caucasian. That's what he is. That's how he operate. You know what I'm saying? But they use him as a gatekeeper because they know niggas is gonna accept him. They gonna accept him, and so they could use him to manipulate black people, even though they can't show one goddamn thing that he did for black people. I can't show you one goddamn thing. Real talk. What can I? What that really benefited black people? I can't say. We are no richer. We have no more access to nothing. The schools, the black HBCUs, they still was, heavily underfunded and shit. Some of the schools, their ceilings is falling in and all of that. Yeah, they doing a lot of them schools fucked up, especially now that Trump is in there. He gonna most definitely underfund every goddamn thing that got something to do with blackness. You know what I'm saying? But Obama, it's not shocking to me, cause I knew what he was from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? And again, and when I explained in the face of imperialism, that's why he attacked Kanye West when he went off on, what was her name, Taylor Swift or whatever. He saw his mama. You see, cause I think he went up there and said Beyonce should have won. You know what I mean? He grabbed the microphone and everybody and Obama called him an ass and shit, you know. But they poisoned that nigga. You know what I'm saying? They poisoned that nigga, man. They fucked that nigga up. That nigga was never the same. You know what I'm saying? When he stepped out, and that's crazy how that's connected to Obama, George Bush too. And do you see how they all tight? You know what I'm saying? George Bush and goddamn Obama tight than a motherfucker. They like road dogs. Clinton too, with his nasty resume. With his nasty, he still fucks with Clinton too. All three of them rolled together. Clinton, Bush, and Obama. And when Bush daddy was alive, his old ass he was the fourth one in the clique. So they all rolled together like that. So you already know what the agenda is. You already know what the goddamn agenda is. But Kanye West came when the Hurricane Katrina happened, and he went on. I think was it MTV or whatever. He said George Bush don't like black people. That was it. Yeah, the nigga and the white boy next to him, he was like, "Oh boy," you know. Like this nigga just came out of nowhere. I ain't got nothing to do with this. And so, yeah, and so that was like the beginning of his downfall because nigga, you was already on the Illuminati task force, nigga. You was on the Illuminati and you came out and you spoke against Skull and Bones, nigga. You spoke against Skull and Bones. And right after that, his mama died. She died. I think she was in an operation or something, and she died. And that fucked him up. They poisoned his ass. Man, they poisoned that boy, man. That boy lost his fucking mind after that. He sure enough lost his fucking mind. You know, he went from that and then he cut into Taylor Swift, say Beyonce. It seemed like he was taking a stance for blackness, you know, at first. And then it was like, nah, the nigga is like, man, you could not tell this nigga came from no motherfucking Chicago. I could tell you that. Man, it looked like this nigga didn't come from like, somewhere in goddamn Massachusetts, some guy crazy, Neanderthal nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they fucked that boy head up. But a lot of that had to happen on that Bush Obama watch. They poisoned that nigga. Which listen, and people think, that's something wild out conspiracy. Man, if I show y'all the files that been validated, Russia do that shit all the time. They get in the motherfucker head quick. Anybody that crossed them, they don't give a fuck what country they in neither. They'll send some motherfuckers in there to get their ass. That one motherfucker, it was one motherfucker that he was a KGB agent and he crossed over and went to Britain. Man, they sent KGB agents in there to get his ass. He was in there with, it was two of them. One, and I don't know how they gave, I think they put it in his food or something. Man, that motherfucker was fucked up. That motherfucker died. And the other motherfucker, he was over there with his daughter and they was eating and they still got it in the food. They had somebody probably working in the back. They dropped that shit, fucked them up. And that other motherfucker that was the president of Ukraine before what's his name, Zelensky or whatever, Kalinsky or whatever his name is. Before that, man, they fed that motherfucker. It fucked his whole face up. You know what I'm saying? It ate his fucking face up. You know what I'm saying? Had craters and all kind of shit in his face. They poisoned his ass. You know what I'm saying? So, they got ways of getting to a motherfucker when they want to take your ass out. And a lot of people ain't even, and they haven't even did no type of research. A lot of these artists and shit and all of that, they being knocked off. They're being knocked off, poisoned, and all kind of shit, you know. And that's why they be scared, you know, because when they write, they know it's the devil. They know they signing motherfucking contract with the devil, you know, and a lot of them stay on there until it becomes so unbearable that they be ready to die. They be ready to die. They be like, fuck it, I'm ready to leave here, you know, before I continue on. And or they, you know, like substance abuse and shit, they just keep them high and shit. A lot of times they be keeping them high, you know, so they can't keep up with their business and shit, and whatever that gives the record producers and you know the record company executives control over the shit, you know, and they in there rewriting up contracts and shit and whoop de woo, and you know they own all they shit at the end of the day. But Obama, man, the shit he just said he can admire slave owners. That's that, you know, that just show you he's a white boy. That's all he is. He admires George Washington. He admires Thomas Jefferson. Man, fuck George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and goddamn Benjamin Franklin and all them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Ain't shit to admire about none of them Neanderthals. Not a goddamn thing. And any nigga that admire, nigga, I admire Denmark Vesey, nigga, and Nat Turner. He said that. That's exactly what he said. He said it exactly. He say though it's shit about them that you know he considers a flaw, you know, a flaw. This is what he said. He could still find admiration, a part of them that they could admire. Even and he tried to put all presidents in that light, that all presidents have flaws and this, that, and that no motherfucking flaw. You selling and purchasing humans. What the fuck is you talking about a flaw? Yeah, that nigga crazy, man. That's exactly what he said. Exactly. Yes, go look it, go watch it. Yeah, go watch it. He tried to, you know, he always think he can put some shit eloquently. But anyway, family, man, y'all make sure y'all click the link down there. Get over there. I got some Too Raw from YouTube material on Patreon. Get over there. I've been putting pressure on YouTube. They saying, Seti, you hitting too hard this month. So I had to, you know, it's a lot of Too Raw for YouTube material over there on Patreon. Also check out the General SETI One Stop store on Etsy, man. All the original lectures from the general, hard copies is what you want, because everybody is going back to hard copies, vinyl. They going back to CDs. They going back. Everybody wants that original hard copy, the quality and everything. You're not getting that shit on the internet today, so most definitely get that classic material. General SETI One Stop Etsy. The link is right down in the video description. See y'all in a minute. Black Pop.